it's crazy because some of us that joined in those early years, like your first deployments were a lot different. You didn't have internet, you didn't
Yeah.
have phones and stuff. I remember in Iraq, I think the company commander would let us use his sat phone
Hmm.
like once a month. Like we're out in a small cop, and once a month he would start kind of rotating the platoons in to make a 2 or 3 minute call on his sat phone so we could actually call home. And then, fast forward years later, you have internet, you have phones, you can call home. So technology had to really, come a long way based on when you were deploying. So
Hmm.
it was, this was at the very beginning of Skype. Um, I've had some buddies that had tried to deploy to go on their R&R and try to make the birth of the children,
Okay.
and they weren't going to allow you to extend your 2 weeks. So I had some friends that like were there the day before they had to leave. That's when their child was born.
Wow.
So they got 24 hours, and then boom, they had to be back
Yeah.
on a plane to get back. And so I felt like I didn't want to do that. I wanted the full 2 weeks with Christian.
Hmm.
Uh, and where we were at, you know, we were getting hammered a lot. So the morale was down because of some of our leadership's decisions, but we were getting hit a lot. So that first 6 months was kind of a lot more stress because, Brittany was pregnant. I wanted to meet my son. I'd always wanted a son. That's it. Never had plans for a daughter. I wanted one son, and I knew that since high school. Like I knew his name was Christian Allen in high school. I don't know,
Wow.
but I knew
Huh.
that was going to be my son's name. And all I wanted to do was meet him. So I made a decision that I'm going to stay and watch him be born on Skype. And the company commander and my leadership was good. They were on patrol that night, and they let me stay back, and I had the whole computer hut like to myself. And I don't remember exactly how long the labor was, but it did take some hours. And I remember about 2 a.m., the computers did an automatic reset. And so the platoon had come in from their patrol, and I was talking to my platoon sergeant while the computers were rebooting, and we had just kind of got lost in conversation, and it wanted to be like an hour talk. And I was like, oh dang, I got to go back in there. So as soon as I signed back on and got back on Skype, like Brittany was like starting to push.
Wow.
So I was like, oh man, I almost missed it.
Yeah, that's wild,
But
man.
it was amazing. I mean, I had no reference point. I'd never been a dad before. I'd never been in that hospital room before, so I didn't know what I was missing. Like you don't know what you don't know. But
You're right, right.
I mean, it was really weird. You have a son, but you're not really there to hold him, so it's not really real yet, like for you. And so, but as soon as he was born, the next day I was on a helicopter to take me back to the small base to Salerno, and then start the journey home.
Okay, cool. So what was that like when you do get home and you finally get to hold him for the first time, man? What was that moment like for you?
I don't remember exactly what that moment was like. I mean, it was just amazing. Again, I
Yeah.
was young,
Yeah.
and just man, like it's crazy. You go from being in war, you know, complex attacks, and just a whole different mindset to now you're holding this little child in your hands and that you're responsible for, and you don't know how to be a father. Like
Hmm.
and like I'm still young myself. I think I was 25, like 26 years old. And it's just, I mean, it's just so much to take in at one time. And
Yeah.
then knowing, hey, I only have 2 weeks and I got to go back for another 6 months.